What's happening is they're emptying out the dregs of their jails into the United States, into our communities. They're junking up our country. And yeah, we feel some kind of way about it because it's our country. Yeah, Black History Month, the American descendants of slavery. And I want you to know, Brandon Johnson, I understand what Breakmore's saying about we still on the plantation, but what you're looking at right now, this is what a free Negro look like. And I'm telling you, we're going to get our city back. We're going to stand for our people. We're going to get them out of our communities because they don't deserve to be there. You watch us. We black out here, and we're going to handle our business. You watch that. I'm a free black woman. This is how we get down. All right, Brandon Johnson. What's happening?
Not another dollar for the illegals. If the crisis is so bad, the city council members who are so concerned should donate their salaries to the cause like a real public servant should.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Chicago, specifically the illegal immigration issue in woke Chicago. Woke Brandon Johnson, mayor of Chicago, woke J.B. Pritzker, governor of Illinois, and all of those left-wing Democrat voters who put them in power. Let's talk about what's going on. So it looks like Brandon Johnson is dealing with a mutiny. All of these people who supported him, talked him up, went out and knocked on doors for him, helped with his campaign, and made sure to show up to put him in office after they got rid of Beetlejuice Laura Lightfoot. These people are angry. These people are revolting against Brandon Johnson, talking crap to him, and they're saying they're about to get these illegal immigrants the hell out of their neighborhoods. Because this really comes down to a fight over territory and money. You got 35,000 illegal immigrants in Chicago. Chicago welcomed them with open arms, then start complaining about them. But you have tens of thousands of them up there. And they said, we're not going to put them in a big money, high income neighborhood, not even the quote unquote upper class. We're going to put them where these Negroes are, these black people. We're going to throw them right over here because these people don't have any institutional power. They don't have any political power. Even though we'll treat them terribly, we'll slap them around, we'll treat them like dirt. They're going to vote for us at a 90% clip again. So I'm very curious to see what happens this November with the elections in Illinois, with the elections in Chicago, what the black vote's going to look like. Because I believe that these people, even though they cry and complain, they threaten, oh, we're going to vote for the Green Party, we might even vote for Trump. I believe that the vast majority, 90% of these people, will still support the Democrat Party after they have been treated like dogs. It's a battle over territory. It's a battle over resources. So let's look at this news article here from Yahoo News and Fox News talking about the money. Let's get some specifics on what exactly is going on. Chicago residents speak out against migrants welcomed by city junking up our country. Angry Chicago residents railed against local leaders at a city council meeting Wednesday as tensions run high over the national illegal immigrant crisis. City and state officials have approached hundreds of millions of taxpayer dollars to feed, clothe, and house more than 35,000 migrants who have been transported to Chicago and the suburbs in the past year and a half. Hundreds of millions of dollars. All these people trying to start businesses. You're a person who is fresh out of school, or you came up with some nice business idea. You're smart, you're intelligent, you know how to run your operation. Maybe you can build and create jobs. Are they going to offer you a grant? Nope. Are they going to give you a tax break on some type of land you might want to build? Nope. Are they going to even help you set up? Are they going to give you a deferment on your business license? Are they going to help you with rent if you need to rent some space to run your business? No. And this is stuff that will help the community. This is stuff that will help the city, because you start a business there, it's going to help the entire city. But when you have illegal immigrants asking for freebies because the Democrats are woke and they want to virtue signal and say they're not xenophobic. Trump and the Republicans are xenophobic, they say. And they want to prove that so much that they will spend their own constituents' resources. They will kick children out of their clubs, out of their buildings. Like there was a football club in Chicago. They had this building after school, keep the kids out of trouble. They kicked them out, say, look, we don't give a damn about those black kids because, again, you guys will support us no matter what. So we will strip this building from your children and give it to some illegal immigrants where it's going to be doo-doo infested, drug infested, and might even turn into a gang operations, because we see what's happening with some of these illegal immigrants and it's gang activity. The overwhelming influx of people has drained city resources and upset residents who told city council members they have neglected needy American communities in favor of foreign asylum seekers. Yeah, they're just following the DNC, the policy of the Democrat Party. Look at the Democrat Party as a whole. Look at Joe Biden. He's neglected the entire country of America, and he puts America last on a regular basis. The Senate, the Democrats in the Senate just passed a bill along with these Rhino Republicans, just passed a bill to send billions and billions of dollars to Israel, to Taiwan, to Ukraine, who knows where else. They're not offering the American people anything. So Democrats, Brandon Johnson, from the mayor, the city councils, all the way up to Biden and the people who control Biden, they don't give a damn about their constituents. So you guys are acting surprised. Just open your eyes and see what's happening. They're doing it right in your face. All this asylum seeking lie, all this about refugees, no. What's happening is they're emptying out the dregs of their jails into the United States and to our communities. One Chicago resident said during public comments at Wednesday's meeting, they're junking up our country, and yeah, we feel some kind of way about it because it's our country, the resident said. We're going to get them out of our community because they don't deserve to be there. I like how Fox News cleaned up what she said, because y'all saw at the beginning what she said. I don't need to repeat it. Another speaker demanded not another dollar for illegals after Illinois Democrat Governor J.B. Pritzker announced plans to allocate an additional $252 million to support Chicago's response to the migrant crisis. Are they going to fix up the black schools? These kids are being educated in rundown schools. Computers old, books are torn down. Some of these kids don't even have shoes to wear. They got holes in their shoes. Don't have socks because they're living in abject poverty. They live in a project, roach-infested apartments in the projects. Is J.B. Pritzker going to offer freebies? I mean, I know that some of these people, a lot of these people already get welfare benefits, but not this much. The amount that they're spending per migrant exceeds the amount of welfare that each individual gets. So these people are pretty pissed off because they're saying it's insane the amount of money that you're spending on these people. You are spending an ungodly amount of money on these people, and you ain't giving us none. And we voted for you. If the crisis is so bad, the city council members who are so concerned should donate their salaries to the cause like a real servant should, the woman said. I agree with that. But they're not going to do it because they know that they can steal your money. They're stealing the money of the taxpayers. People live in Chicago paying taxes there every day. They know that they can steal the residents' money and get away with it because, again, these residents will be loyal to them. These people are so confident that they believe that they can spend money from their residents without the approval of their residents, that they can treat their residents like second-class citizens, and these residents will still be loyal to them. They tried to have a vote in Chicago a couple months ago. They tried to put it on a ballot to ask the residents, the voters, should Chicago remain a sanctuary city? Yes or no? That was going to be on a ballot this spring. And the city council, the Democrats in the city council, led by Brandon Johnson, the mayor, shut it down. They said, no, we're not putting that on a ballot. We decide that. The Democrat leadership in Chicago decides whether it's a sanctuary city or not. We're not going to put it up to vote because we know that the residents of Chicago will vote against it, and we're not going to be a sanctuary city. So we're just going to shut it down, take away the democratic process, and decide what's best for them without their input. They did that, and they believe that they'll get away with it. And I believe that they'll get away with it because I believe that these people will remain loyal. Chicago is filled with leftists. That city is super blue. First of all, like I said, you got a large black population voting 90%. Insane amount. They talking about, oh, we're not a monolith. You have the 10%, but if 90% of people are voting one way consistently for decades, that's called a monolith. You got that large monolith in Chicago, and then you have a bunch of white liberals. Chicago is filled, and Asians too, filled with liberals, left-wing ideology all over Chicago. This is Obama's quote-unquote hometown. So these people in Chicago, they're extremely confident. These leaders are extremely confident that they can do anything, steal money from these citizens, and they'll get away with it. Pritzker has pledged around $182 million in state funds to Chicago, while Cook County Board President Tony Preckwinkle has committed up to $70 million more in a joint funding plan to ensure migrants sent to the city from Texas have access to wraparound services and healthcare, free healthcare and free whatever services. If these services are anything like the services in New York, oh man, it's insane. They're going to be getting taxpayers to pay for somebody to clean their dirty drawers. Can you imagine that? Your leadership is stealing your money to pay for the drawers to be cleaned of some illegal immigrant. They're going to be buying computers and PlayStations and Nintendo Switches for illegal immigrants. They're going to be buying school supplies. These illegal immigrant children are getting school supplies. They're hiring translators, interpreters, special education, English as a second language teachers. The taxpayers' money is being used for all this in New York, and I'm pretty sure this is what's happening in Chicago too. Those funds come on top of the state committing $160 million in November to illegal immigrants for welcome, shelter, and independence. And I just want to know, these contractors that they're hiring out to do this, who do they know? What's the relationship between the city council and the mayor's office and these contractors? Like, for example, the laundry service, one of the laundry companies that Eric Adams in New York is paying tens of millions of dollars to clean the dirty drawers of illegal immigrants. He knows these people. So it looks like money laundering. It looks like he's getting a massive kickback for hiring them as contractors. He's not putting it up for a bid or anything like that. He's hiring a specific company, a company he has a relationship with, to give them city taxpayer money. And he gets a kickback. And I'm pretty sure Brandon Johnson, these corrupt Democrats in Chicago, I'm pretty sure they're going to be running the same game, because we know Chicago has always been corrupt. In fact, Chicago has a reputation for being corrupt as hell. One of the most corrupt cities in the country. Their commitment was in addition to the $478 million the state has spent since the start of the response, according to the governor's office. God dang. That's an insane amount of money, man. Illinois State Comptroller Susana Mendoza has launched a public website to track state spending on the migrant crisis and provide transparency for taxpayers interested in how their hard-earned money is being spent. More than 35,000 migrants have been transported to Chicago and the suburbs over the past year and a half. Despite this influx, recent data from the city indicates a decline in the number of migrants staying in shelters, with figures dropping to the lowest point in months. Yeah, so they actually closed a couple of shelters because they're not getting as many as they were. And there could be a lot of factors on why. First of all, Chicago has set up a lot of policies to disincentivize them, while other cities have policies, like New York City is giving out debit cards, has policies to bring in more of them. A lot of these migrants are sending word back to Chicago how they were kicked out the police station. Some of them were literally sleeping in snow. They're sending word back down to Latin America. Look, when you get across that border, don't come to Chicago. It's terrible up here. And also, a lot of these migrants, they're going back to Latin America because Estados Unidos is not what it was cracked out to be. They're feeling extremely unwelcome, and the process isn't as easy as they thought. But the reason, the details, that's a completely different video. As of last week, the number of migrants in the shelters had fallen below 13,000, marking a decrease from peak observed in mid and early January, when the count reached nearly 15,000. And weather has a lot to do with that. But bottom line is, this leadership, this Democrat leadership in Illinois and Chicago, has completely suckered its taxpayers. It's taken their money, stolen their money, but you won't call it stealing because the political leaders are doing it. If any organization was doing some crap like this, taking people's funds and spending it like this, it would be called theft. But since the Democrat Party is doing it, since the political leadership is doing it, it's okay. Brandon Johnson and J.B. Pritzker have stolen these people's money and given it to illegal immigrants who shouldn't even be here. These people are angry. They're talking a lot of crap. And I'm curious to see what the hell is going to happen, because I don't believe they're going to do anything. I think this is all talk, no action, and they will remain fiercely loyal to the Democrat Party per usual. So let me know what you guys think about this. Leave me your thoughts below. Share the video. Thanks for watching.